Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Lift and Shine podcast. This is your host, Coach C. Happy Monday. It's been a minute since I've done Mindset Monday, and I figured I would start doing these every Monday to get you going. Because this morning, even though I had a lot of sleep, I had a great night's sleep. I slept for like 10 hours. Yesterday, I did absolutely nothing. I lounged around. I watched TV. I did nothing. I was in and out of sleep, and it felt so good. I made myself 2 protein ice creams. I just had a day, and it's completely okay to listen to your body, honor your body. And if you are feeling burnt out like I did yesterday, it's important to have that reset. So I just also want you to know that I'm having a free workshop on Friday, which will help you find yourself again and have the energy. And in 1 hour workshop, I may just change your life. Actually, I know I'm going to change your life in 1 hour of the workshop. So it's a free workshop on Friday. If you're interested, shoot me a message with the word workshop and I will send you the link. All right, let's talk about Monday. How's everybody feeling on Monday? Feeling great, feeling energized, feeling excited. In our community, we celebrate Mindset Monday, but we celebrate TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. The way you change your perspective on situations and days helps you get through whatever day it is, whether it's Monday or Friday. You're excited for it. Be excited to start your day. Be excited to look forward to going to work. When you change your perspective on things, for example, you get to work. A friend of mine messaged me from Toronto, just explaining to me how tough life has become for a lot of people, losing jobs, right? Nothing's secured anymore. And it made me think how grateful that I am that I'm able to do what I do, but understand that some people may not have jobs right now or work, but you get to go to work. You get to do a job that you work towards for. Maybe you don't like it so much, but it's giving you a roof over your head, food on your plate, being able to pay for membership to go to the gym, right? So understand, being grateful, one, is super important when you kickstart your Monday. So I want to talk about how your perspective affects your journey, but also I want to talk about the conversation you're having with yourself as well. And I'm very passionate about the way I speak and what I say, because I used to be that person that would say, I'm always going to be big bone. I'm an alcoholic. I'm this, I'm that. And it kept me stuck. And I had to change my thoughts and my words, because your words create your reality. So let's be honest for a second. And how many of you have said on Mondays, like, this is the week I'm finally going to be consistent. This is the week. And then by Thursday, you're already falling off track. And I hear, I need motivation, I need discipline. And it's not discipline that you need. It's really not. It's changing your perspective on the week and also the way that you speak about yourself, right? What are you saying this morning when you're waking up in the morning? I have to go to work. I don't want to do this. Right? I can just hear you guys. I can just feel you guys through, because that was me this morning. I woke up. I had 10 hours of sleep. I'm like, oh, I feel great. I take the dogs for a walk. I come back and I start journaling. And then I was like, oh, I'm feeling creative. So I'm going to start working. And then as I'm starting to work, I'm like, whoa, stop a second here. Even though today's my rest day, make Mondays my rest day, I'm like, I still need to move my body to help with my mindset, because I started working for maybe 30 minutes and then I felt kind of sluggish. And I said, whoa, I'm not just going to take a coffee here. I need to go to the gym. I went to the gym in my complex and I just went on the treadmill for 40 minutes. And let me tell you, it took about 10 minutes to really get into it. I was like, okay, I got this. And after 10 minutes, I felt so powerful. I had so much energy. And I got to share a win. I don't run. I am not a runner. I hate running. And I felt like, I was like, I just want to run and jog for a little bit. I jogged for a minute and I was like, hey, let's go. And then I stopped. And then I was like, okay, maybe I can do another minute. And then I started jogging for a minute. And then I ended up being 4 minutes. So do you see how my mindset from the minute I woke up to the minute that I finished the gym, a completely different person. I still haven't showered, by the way. I took my protein shake. I'm all sweaty here. I'm like, but I have the energy now to go live. I would not have this type of energy right now if I hadn't gone on the treadmill. I didn't lift any weights. I didn't do anything. I don't do cardio to burn calories. I don't look at the number on the treadmill of how many minutes I've done or how many calories I've burned. What I do is like, okay, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better. I'm going to do this until I feel my fuel, my energy's dropping. Then it's like, okay, now I'm feeling hungry. Then I'm going to go. And that was about 40 minutes. And it was steady walk, incline, a little bit of running, 1 minute, 4 minutes here, and then another minute. And that was it. I think I did a total of 6 minutes of running. That was it. But because I felt it, I was like, oh, I feel like doing a little bit more today. So if I hadn't gone to walk on the treadmill, I would not be in this mindset that I'm at, in this positive energy that I feel right now. So understand that in the morning when you feel, I don't want to do it, that's when you should go do it. That's when you should go for a walk. And I'm not saying a walk like this. People say, oh, I've done 10,000 steps, and they're counting their steps, but they're walking like this. Listen, there's a thing walking like this or walking like this. I was walking like this. Like, okay, if you're watching me live, you're listening to my podcast, I'm moving more and I'm like dancing. And I was dancing. I had music in my ear and I was just jamming by myself. And then I realized the entire time my neighbor was behind me working out. I had no idea. I was just in my zone. That is what I want you ladies to go to the gym for and feel. I want you to go to feel good, not to count the calories that you're going to burn. I see a lot of my clients tuning in right now. Hello, happy Monday, Jessica, Jackie, Stephanie, Christine Adams. Let's go. Drop your wins. I like to celebrate wins. As I was just saying, my win is that I did like a 6-minute run, not 6 minutes in a row, but 1 minute here, 4 minutes there, and then I think another minute. And again, you all know I don't run. I don't run to burn calories. I ran because I was like, I feel the energy. And before going, I was like, I don't want to go. It took me about 10 minutes, my mindset to shift during my walk. All right. So let's talk now about the voice inside your head. What is the voice inside your head saying? Are you saying I'm lazy, I'm broken, something's wrong with me? But you're stuck, right? You're making yourself stuck in these pattern. One that you're going to spiral into over and over again every Monday because of how you speak. The whole time there's a voice in your head saying, I knew I shouldn't have done this. I know I can't do it. That's why I keep being stuck. I'm just lazy and disciplined, blah, blah, blah. It's my genes. It's my hormones. It's perimenopause. God, that's the new excuse I have to say here. Mic drop. Perimenopause is not the reason you are overweight. Perimenopause is not the reason you are overweight. The reason you are overweight is because your body's in survival mode, you're overstressed out, you're not sleeping enough, you're overeating, you're undereating. It is not perimenopause. I'm 38. Please understand that, yes, your body changes during this time. You've got to adapt to it, but the excuse is it's perimenopause. It's menopause. Yes, of course, it's going to be a different chapter in your life. But how many women do you know that are over 35 fit, that are over 40 fit, that are over 60 years old and that are fit? They don't make that excuse. Ooh, it's been a while since I've done some tough love here. I feel like I'm ready for it. This is what happens when you do Netflix and chill all day yesterday. And by Netflix and chill, I mean me, myself, and my dogs and Netflix. All right. So how you talk to yourself is shaping your reality. Your self-talk is shaping your fitness goals, your results. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to the level of your self-talk. If you keep saying, I'm inconsistent, I have no discipline, you will keep proving that true every single week. Let's talk about your identity now. Identity. What do you identify yourself as? And it goes back to self-talk, right? Like, what do you say about yourself? Because you're trying to change into someone else, somebody different from the same identity. When you want to change, when you truly like wake up and you're like, you're going to have a shift. By the way, there's a shift that happens. You're like, that's it. That's all. This is the time I'm going to change. I know I'm not going to do a bunch of cardio and low calorie and starve myself. I'm going to change because I want to step into my new identity. If every Monday you say this time will be different, but you're operating as the woman who quits, the woman who doubts herself, the woman who goes all in, then disappears, the all or nothing mentality, you don't need a new plan. You don't need to change your macro counts around. You just need a new way of seeing yourself. How do you see yourself right now? Do you see that woman that's fit, strong, confident, talks with her shoulders, with her head held high, her shoulders down, right? Posture is everything, by the way. That's totally off topic. But when you walk around with posture up, by the way, you already look like you've lost 5 pounds. If you roll your shoulders back, walk straight. And I'm speaking from someone who's 5'10", and I always like hutched. That's Polish. Fun fact, I know some Polish. Slouch, that's the word I was looking for. Hutch-tutaj. That means be quiet in Polish. Man, I'm hilarious. Okay, back to focusing. When you slouch down, you look like someone that's confident? No, you look like someone that's like questioning yourself, self-doubting yourself. When you roll your shoulders back, core tight, and you walk around like this, that is when you're gonna feel that, and that's when you're stepping into your new identity. Your old identity may be slouching, but your new identity is standing straight. So little things like this will make you step into your new identity. Small things. I'm not telling you to cut calories. I'm telling you to stand straight and watch how you're going to feel moving forward. Okay? Let's talk about your intentions. Hold on, before we do that, I see a lot of my clients dropping wins. I need to read some of these wins here. Jessica, my win is I did a thing I've wanted to do my whole life. I drove from Sacramento to San Francisco to Highway 1 and drove all the way to Los Angeles. We are in Anaheim for day 1 today at Disneyland, definitely getting steps in. Jessica, so proud of you. She came to the retreat. Absolutely beautiful soul. Excited for you. I love that you're living your best life. Yes, Jessica, keep doing that. Do things that you love. Do things that you love. Explore the world, because when you do these things, it brings you joy. It fuels your body, mind, and soul. And what happens is you're going to take care of your health because you're going to keep doing these things, right? Christine Adams, I release on the weekend. Okay, my one is that over the weekend, I released anything that doesn't matter to me anymore. I feel better. Ooh, lots of releasing. I like that. Jackie, my win is that I'm sleeping better. Yes, Jackie. Yes, sleep is key. If I wake up and I don't have more, if I like slept for 6 hours, I don't feel the best. I go and walk the dogs, and then because they want to go out to walk, they have a backyard, but they're spoiled. So and they won't go without me. So I go with them. I come back and I go right back to bed until I wake up again and I feel better. I slept for 10 hours today. I was like, yes, I feel amazing. Okay. Sleep, ladies, is key in your weight loss. Now let's talk about intention. We currently have a morning intention selfie challenge in our community. Ladies, I'd love to see your selfies, more of you, because your intention sets the tone for the day, but it also sets the tone for the week when you start on Monday. If your intention is, I need to be perfect, you'll actually burn out by Wednesday, Thursday, and you'll give up. But if your intention is, I'm someone who keeps my promises to myself, then everything's going to change. You stop quitting after one bad meal. You stop spiraling after missing a workout, and you build trust with yourself again. You've got to understand that this fitness journey, weight loss you're on, is a lifestyle change. Do you want to feel good? Do you want to look good? right? We do it to lose weight physically first and foremost. We want to look good first and foremost. Understand that that happens when you start feeling good. So the internal part needs to be worked on first before you get the physical. It's a fact. So what intentions are you going to set this week? So it's Monday, and I'd love to hear from you. Shoot me a message on Instagram at @CharlotteMazur_. Drop a comment right now if you're live. What are your intentions for this week? What are your intentions for this week? I plan on sleeping more. I plan on disconnecting from social media at nighttime so I can sleep more. I plan on not being perfect. I plan on being kind to myself. I plan on taking breaths and breaks in between my meetings, my calls, so I can take care of me. I plan on taking care of myself. Remember, you are your best friend. When you start seeing yourself as your best friend, as a different person, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like talking to yourself like you're talking to somebody else, that's when things change. My moment, that moment of mine that was like, I had to change. I looked at myself in the mirror and I could not tell myself I love myself. I couldn't. And I realized something needed to change. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. And I hadn't looked at myself in the mirror for months. The weight was piling on. I felt like a failure in my business. I felt like a failure in everything, right? The minute you start loving yourself and seeing that in yourself, that's when things change. Now let's talk about your perspective, because as I mentioned in our community, we celebrate TGIM on Monday. Thank God it's Monday. Why do we celebrate Friday? Why do we only celebrate Friday? I love every single day of the week. Yes, I'm an entrepreneur. When people tell me you make your own hours, we don't got hours. We never stop. We work. And I love what I do, so I'm grateful for that. But there are times where I'm like, just like yesterday, I woke up and I'm like, I am freaking drained. So I took the day off. I disconnected. I did a couple things here and there. When I had ideas, I'm like, oh, I could do this. I could do that. But I just disconnected. I didn't talk to people. I was just being by myself. And that's important. Where was I going with this? Your perspective, right? Perspective on your day. So today you get to go to work. You get to go to work. Today you get to go for a walk. Think of the people that can't walk. Today you get to put food on your plate and nourish your mind, body, soul. So let's change your perspective, because your perspective keeps you stuck, or it can move you forward. So which one do you choose? So say you miss a workout. Say it's Monday, you're rushing out, you don't have time to work out in the morning, you miss the workout. And then afterwards, you probably can't. The old you would have said, I failed, I'll start over again next Monday. The new you is going to say, I'm learning how to stay consistent even when life isn't perfect. So it's the same situation, but completely different outcome. And another thing, I tell my clients this all the time, if you miss a workout, focus on what you can control. Your fitness isn't where you're going to see results. You're going to see results from your central nervous system, your sleep, your stress level, and your nutrition. So focus on the other factors, and then do the fitness another day. And if you're Monday to Friday kind of girl, working Monday to Friday, and you've got the weekends off, put your workouts on the weekends, right? 1 or 2 during the week, and then 2 on the weekends. This way, you're going to be able to get your workouts done better, and you won't have to stress about it in the morning. Everybody thinks you have to work out Monday to Friday. No, it's your own schedule. These are just days of the week that somebody made up, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but they're all the same days. They're all days that you get to work on becoming the best version of you. All right? So I want you to decide right now, who are you this week? Not what you are doing, but who are you being? And I want you guys to comment this or send me a message directly. I'd love to hear this. This week, I am ... Let me know. Drop a comment in the lives here. Drop a comment in my podcast. Shoot me a message, whatever. I want to know. What are you going to be this week? Who are you being this week? Example, Someone who doesn't quit, someone who follows through, someone who has her own back, someone who's kind to herself, someone who respects herself. You have to rewire your self-talk, because when that voice kicks in this week, because it will, I want you to pause and ask yourself, would I speak to someone I love this way? And if not, you don't get to speak to yourself like that anymore. You don't. You're worthy of feeling happy, of feeling energized, of looking good. It all intertwines. When you feel good, you look good. And you attract abundance. You attract beautiful souls. All my beautiful, beautiful clients that I've attracted. I'm so grateful. So freaking grateful. They're all such beautiful souls because of the person I've become. If I was negative about myself, negative all around, poor me mentality, which I used to be that poor me mentality, I wouldn't be attracting those individuals like yourselves right now. So who are you being this week? I see people in the comments. Let's go. I plan on getting my steps in this week every day, with or without the dog. Jackie, I'm going to challenge you on this right now. That's not being, that's doing. Because what happens is one day something's going to happen. You're not going to be able to walk. Let's say you sprain your ankle. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen. Who are you being this week? Ladies, you have to stop making plans and goals that are not realistic. I'm going to give you guys tough love right now because I was that person. Hit 10K steps every single day. I think yesterday I hit 3K steps because I did nothing. And that's okay. My body needed the rest. Who are you being? Not what are you doing? It's going to change your life. Who are you being? That woman that shows up for herself every day, that woman that's calm, poised, confident. Think about that for a second. Stop trying to make goals of doing tasks, check, 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 check. That's 75 hard challenge. Check, 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 check. That's why you're stuck. Ooh, I got everybody thinking right now. I can feel it. I can feel everyone's like, oh. Jackie, I'm saying this as your coach because I love you and I care about you. And I want you to start focusing on who you are becoming, not what you're doing every day. I have to do this. I have to do that. We already do all that with work, job. We already have checklists. Let's stop the checklists for once and for all and start being the new best version of yourself. All right. If you got some value out of this, make sure that you like, subscribe, share with a friend, share this on your social media. I would love to spread the word. I would love to help you guys more and more. Remember, there's a free workshop. Shoot me a message with workshop on my social media, and I'll send you the link on Friday. We've got the free workshop on Friday, limited spots. We will be doing a little workshop that's going to probably change your life. When I say probably, it's going to change your life. Some of the workshops that we do here at the retreats. By the way, still a couple tickets left for the May retreat. But Friday, it's a time for you. If you're feeling burnt out, if you feel like you can't get ahead, if you feel like you can't get to your goals, this is the 1 hour that you are worthy of on Friday to take for yourself. So we can all take a deep breath and exhale and realize your worth. Realize your worth. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for tuning in. And as I always say, peace, love, and don't forget your protein. Let's freaking